Sharks women's basketball on the Hawaii Sports Radio Network, 95.1 FM, AM 760, and hawaiisportsradio.com. Brought to you by Dial Electric Supply, DSE Hawaii, Pearl at Kalawao, and Slice of Waikiki. Now it's time for the Hawaii Pacific University Sharks versus the University of Hawaii Rainbow Wahine. Let's go courtside at the Banco Arena at Stan Sheriff Center. Here are play-by-play announcers Paul Brecht and Kelsie Imai.
Hello and welcome on into Banco Arena at Stan Sheriff Center. It's the 2025-2026 preseason basketball tip-off exhibition between the Hawaii Rainbow Wahine and the Hawaii Pacific University Sharks. Paul Brecht joined alongside former Rainbow Wahine guard Kelsie Imai. Kelsie, first things first, it's your first time on a broadcast here with us at HSRN, not being one of the interviewees. How you doing? How you feeling? How's the heart before we get going on your first broadcast on radio?
Gee, I'm excited. I think this is a really good opportunity for me. So if I mess up, give me a little bit of grace because this is my first time. But who knows? This might not be my last, huh?
Hopefully not your last, and we're very excited to have you just because of the extensive experience that you bring. A lot to get into here tonight as we see two teams, both pretty young in their phases of the year. Both teams pretty young just in general, getting ready to face off with one another as they're preparing for the regular season thus far. I'll ask you this. Does it feel a little strange just to be on the sidelines this year? I mean, a 5-year career with the Rainbow Wahine and top 3 all-time in games played. Is it a little strange to not be suiting up there tonight?
For sure it was an adjustment. I came to the last game, so I think I got that first non-player game out of me, but definitely still feels weird. Still love coming to the stand, though, and seeing all the fans. You still feel the love, so that's the special thing about playing for the University of Hawaii. The love continues beyond your basketball career. Good.
I'm glad that you're still receiving love, and plenty of love still to receive, but love to give to this team and these two teams here tonight. And going to learn quite a bit about both of these squads as they continue to learn about themselves. And earlier today, actually, our Michael Lascaro got an opportunity to chat with head coach Brent Gibson, the first-year man over at HPU, taking over for Ray Alvarado, who left in the offseason for Big West opponent Cal State Bakersfield, taking over as their associate head coach. Gibson, the associate head coach here for the Sharks last year, taken over with 15 new faces, 17 players in total on this roster. Excited to get going here tonight. Here's what our Michael Lascaro got to hear from Coach Brent Gibson earlier today just about this matchup and what they're hoping to see.
First time we'll get to see the Sharks in action. What are you hoping to see tonight against the University of Hawaii?
Well, we're really excited about the opportunity of seeing, 17 brand new people come together. There's a lot of questions about what we're going to see, and even us as a coaching staff are, have some question marks about exactly what's going to happen. Again, we've had 2 weeks to prepare and kind of come together, and so it's. I think you're going to see a group that plays hard, that competes, and really plays for each other, and so we're really excited to see that happen with the lights on against somebody in a different uniform. I think the most important thing for us is being able to handle pressure. They did a great job the other night against Chaminade, turning them over and scoring points off of that. So guard play, being strong with the ball, making good decisions is going to be a key for us tonight. Another thing is what we've been talking about is shooting, what we call gold medal shots, and that's wide open three-pointers or shots at the basket and not really forcing too much. So can we get in transition a little bit? Can we be patient when the opportunity and take the shots that we want to shoot when we want to shoot them is going to be key tonight.
couple of local girls in your starting lineup. What do you think about the opportunity for them to kind of go out there in front of their friends and family?
Extremely proud of them and excited for their opportunity tonight. Kalissa Ng from Kaneohe is going to come in and start the point guard position. Going to do a great job running things, and she's a competitor. And really excited for her to have this opportunity coming back after being at JC on the mainland and playing in front of her hometown people. Same thing for Mia Fry, an and a freshman coming in. Mia's done a fantastic job this fall camp of coming in, competing, and love her energy, love her attitude, and for her, being right here in town, great opportunity, and I know that she's going to do well.
One thing about UH this year is they're fairly bigger than last year, right? And then I know one of your portals players that came in, Abby Hatzel, she seems like she can do it all from score from errors to court. So we'll talk about the opportunity for her.
Yeah, Abby can really do a lot for us. She, guard down low, but also step outside, shoot the ball a little bit, put the ball on the floor. And so she's going to be needed for sure to kind of stretch some of their size. They will have to respect Abby behind the arc, and that's going to give some of our other bigs like Alana Roberts maybe a little bit more room, maybe some room from our guards to penetrate and maybe get a basket or two. But for sure, her ability to guard the post, but as well step out and be a threat is important for us.
Cool. Thank you, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
And that was our Michael Lascaro catching up with Brent Gibson earlier today, chatting just a little bit to find out more about this HPU Sharks team ahead of this matchup against UH. And Kelsie, let's talk a little bit about UH here. You got an opportunity to see them against Chaminade, a younger unit this year, a good mix of underclassmen. What did you see in that first matchup against Chaminade that stuck out to you about this UH team?
They're willing to share the ball. They're looking for each other, and that's just something super cool to see. They're a young team, and it flows. Like they didn't really look like a young team to me, at least in that first matchup. So that's very exciting to see, and I'm excited to see how they take that into the Big West season and as they go on to play Division I opponents.
A lot to see from them. A young unit and a unit as well missing some of their most experienced players. Jovi Lafotu missing last game alongside Izzy Forsyth, Jade Peacock, and of course the reigning freshman of the year in the Big West in Ritoria Tamilo. All four of them also out again here tonight. Over on the other side for HPU, 3 players out for the Sharks as Kira Tanabe, the Iolani grad and the transfer from Chadron State University, out as she still recovers from a preseason injury. Jillian David will miss tonight as well for the Sharks, and Cordelia Wilcox out for HPU, the 6'2" forward from Eastern Washington, unfortunately missing tonight for HPU. We're going to step aside for our first break of the evening, but when we come back, it's starting lineups, it's opening tip-off, it's more. You're listening to HPU Sharks women's basketball on the Hawaii Sports Radio Network.
Dial Electric Supply is Hawaii's premier lighting distributor and supplier, serving commercial and retail customers alike. Located at 2240 Kalua Opalena Street, Dial Electric's expanded retail showroom features one of the largest selections of lighting fixtures, fans, and smart home lighting solutions. Schedule an appointment with one of their design experts to create a home lighting design that you will enjoy for many years to come. Visit dialelectricsupply.com or give them a call at 808-845-7811.
No matter what side of Oahu you stay, personalized, convenient, and efficient financial service is the Ko'olau Federal Credit Union way. Visit ko'olaufcu.org and join today using your mobile device.
Ko'olau FCU is federally insured by the NCUA.
For the few, the proud, the first to fight, Ko'olau Federal Credit Union has your 6. Whether you're active duty, civilian, or a member of a Marine household, Ko'olau FCU has a branch on base. Visit ko'olaufcu.org to join today.
Ko'olau FCU is federally insured by the NCUA.
Here's the dream. Keep doing what you love. What drives you? What's your passion? Whether you're catching waves, climbing mountains, or playing with the grandkids, the choices you make now can help you keep living your life your way. At Hawaii Pacific Health, we're here to help you live healthier with preventive care and a personalized approach. Learn more at hawaiipacifichealth.org/healthierlife. Here's Dr. Jamie Fukui with a health tip from Hawaii Pacific Health.
When it comes to breast cancer, early detection could save your life. That's why it's recommended all women get a mammogram every year, starting at age 40, or younger if there's a history of breast cancer in your family. Schedule your mammogram today at one of our medical centers or clinics. Women who get a mammogram in October will receive a special gift while supplies last.
Online scheduling is easy at hawaiipacifichealth.org/mammogram.
DSE Hawaii, a proud supporter of OIA sports on the Hawaii Sports Radio Network, is a locally owned and operated union electrical contracting company. Established in 1988, DSE Hawaii provides services to general contractors, building owners, property management companies, architects, and engineers. Their commitment to the electrical industry is focused on quality, efficiency, and most importantly, customer service and satisfaction. DSE Hawaii, providing quality work in the most efficient manner.
At Hawaii Pacific University, we're more than a campus. We're an international learning community in the heart of Hawaii. Students from across the globe join us for an education rooted in the liberal arts inspired by island culture. With innovative undergraduate and graduate programs, hands-on learning, and a student-centered approach, HPU prepares graduates to make a positive impact in their careers, their communities, and the world. Visit hpu.edu to learn more.
OIA lives here. KGU AM, K236CR. Honolulu is the Hawaii Sports Radio Network on 95.1 FM and AM 760. Back to more HPU Sharks basketball, presented by Hawaii Pacific Health on the Hawaii Sports Radio Network, 95.1 FM and AM 760.
Back here inside Banco Arena at Stan Sheriff Center, Paul Brecht, Kelsie Imai on hand for the second of two exhibitions, preseason exhibitions for the University of Hawaii Rainbow Wahine, and the first action against somebody other than themselves for the Hawaii Pacific University Sharks. And for select games this season at the Shark Tank, we'll actually be giving away shows at the Hawaii Theater. Support the arts and become an HTC member. Enjoy exclusive perks like pre-sale access, discounted tickets, and invites to special events, all while helping preserve Hawaii's iconic arts venue. Individual memberships begin at $70, just $45 for students. Join or gift a membership today at hawaiitheater.com. Did you ever get into the theater, or were you always too busy with sports?
I was always too busy with sports.
I kind of figured that much from a Division I athlete, it takes quite a bit of work. But as we're getting ready for action here in starting lineups for each side, I'll give them to you first for the visiting Sharks from HPU. Going pretty young in the starting lineup for Brent Gibson, as local girl Mia Fry from Iolani, the freshman, gets her first start for HPU. Alongside her, another freshman in Kyla Hopton from Redondo Beach, but she actually spent a year at Kapa'a, helping Kapa'a win the 2023 HHSAA Division II state title. Alongside her, Kalissa Ng, the younger sister of Cordell and Cameron Ng. Alana Roberts, one of the two returners for HPU in the starting lineup, and in the front court, rounding it out, the senior Abby Hadsel, the transfer from Sonoma State. She's standing at 6'1". Heard Coach Brent Gibson talk a little bit about her to our Michael Lascaro in a pregame chat. Over on the other side for the home team, Hawaii Rainbow Wahine, also going with some pretty young flavor, especially in the backcourt, as T. Bond gets her second straight start next to Bailey Flevel. A couple of star-studded backcourt members, young and ready to develop. Rebecca Moore's back for year number 2 for the Rainbow Wahine. A preseason All-Big West selection in Imani Perez. And Sanaya Neverson, the transfer from Northern Arizona, rounding out the starting lineup for the Rainbow Wahine. Those are your first fives for each side. We are just a few minutes, or moments I should say, away from the opening tip here from inside Banco Arena at Stan Sheriff. Once again, if you're just joining us, Paul Brecht, Kelsie Imai, the former Rainbow Wahine guard, joining me tonight on the broadcast as both of these teams get ready for the regular season. And, Kelsie, I'll start there with you. As, when you were playing, going through these preseason exhibitions, what was it like getting prepared for them? What was your mental preparation? What was the physical preparation? Understanding that these games don't necessarily matter for your overall record, but they do matter in terms of getting ready for the regular season.
These games were vital. However we started these games, it's how we carried into the season. It was good for the freshmen that came in because they get to learn the routine. They get to learn what it takes to go to shoot around, go to meal, study film and all of that and just kind of get that flow of what it takes to be a Division I athlete and all of that game day prep that comes with it.
It's always good to get some preparation, especially before rubber hits the road. Almost ready for rubber to hit the road here inside the Stan Sheriff Center. HPU breaks their huddle from right in front of our broadcast location. They are in their light blue uniforms, tops and bottoms, white numbers. The University of Hawaii in their white uniforms with green trim down the side. Imani Perez steps to the center circle along with Abby Hadsel for the opening tip-off. We're awaiting the opening tip here tonight. Band on their feet, fans on their feet. Here from inside the Stan Sheriff Center. Getting ready for some action here. As one more time, the starting lineups for each side: T. Bond, Bailey Flevel, Rebecca Moores, Imani Perez, and Sanaya Neverson. Your 5 for the Rainbow Wahine: Mia Fry, Kalissa Ng, Kyla Hopton, Alana Roberts, and Abby Hadsel for the Sharks. Tip is up and won by UH, and we are underway here inside Banco Arena at Stan Sheriff. T-Bond controls, gives to Bailey Flevel, and an early whistle blows as foul called along the baseline. They'll get Abby Hadsel on her first against HPU. Wrapped up a little too much against Imani Perez, and it'll be Rainbow Wahine basketball along the baseline. Trigger woman is Rebecca Moores. She gets it on into Bailey Flevel. Flevel calls for the screen out on the right wing. Now rejects it, drives, and travel will be called. Turnover forced by HPU on the first possession. Nice job by the Sharks. And 0-0, 17 seconds into the action. UH in a full court press. And now they'll drop back. Mia Fry, the freshman out of Iolani, in and out dribble. Pass over to the right corner. Handoff from Kyla Hopton, gives to Kalissa Ng. Ng handoff to Fry. Fry resets up top with 15 on the shot clock. Abby Hadsel dribbles along, gives to Alana Roberts. Roberts struggles with her dribble, hands off to Hopton. Hopton with 5 on the shot clock, looks up, hands off, gives over one more. Here's Fry, off glass, no good. Rebound fought for on the ground. Rebecca Moores has it, and whistles will blow. Jump ball called. Possession arrow points in favor of the HPU Sharks.
That was a pretty good look from Mia Fry. Played off 2, was controlled, just didn't get it off in the right way, I guess you could say, but it was a good look.
20 on the shot clock now for HPU. Inbound goes to Alana Roberts. She gets to Kalissa Ng. Ng up top to Hopton, back to Roberts. Roberts with 10 on the shot clock. Dribbles towards the right wing, goes to handoff. Here's Ng, pick and roll with Roberts. Nice little two-woman game. Puts up the layup, rolls around the rim, no good. Rebound taken by Sanaya Neverson. And here come the Rainbow Wahine. T-Bond with a head of steam down the lane, loses her handle for a second. Recovers. Out to the corner, here's Flevel. Three-point try, too strong, no good. Offensive board, Neverson. Neverson, shot fake, turnaround, got it to go.
Good move by Neverson. You're going to see that a lot from her this season. She likes that spin back shot, so excited to see that.
One of the top reserves out of the Big Sky last year, Neverson was a strong rebounding presence and something that surely Laura Beeman and her staff welcomed to in the offseason. Here's Fry, left-handed dribble, kicks over to the left wing. Hadsel, three-point try, got it to go.
Good find by Mia Fry.
Good drive and kick as Hadsel gets the first points of the season for HPU, and the Sharks with an early 1-point lead 2 minutes in. Flevel, kick out, wide open three-point try, no good for Perez, a little bit short. Rebound taken by Fry. Fry ahead to Ng, couple of dribbles in transition. Now here come the Sharks. Kyla Hopton will try from 3. That one a little off the mark. Got nothing but air as Imani Perez takes the rebound. Here's T-Bond, drops it off ahead. Here's Neverson, left-handed layup, a little too short. Ball fought for and last touched by HPU. It'll remain with UH, fresh 20 on the shot clock. 2.5 minutes into play, a 3-2 lead for HPU. After the three-pointer by Abby Hadsel. Rebecca Moores looking to get an inbound, and HPU forces a 5-second violation. Nice defense here to start by the Sharks. Full court press look once again by UH. 3 in the backcourt now will clear out. Mia Fry taking the point guard duties, gives it over to the right wing. Here's Hopton. Hopton guarded by Rebecca Moore's in and out dribble, now pulls back. Up top to Fry. Into the corner, one more to Hadsel. Hadsel, right-handed dribble, got away with a double dribble. Gets to Hopton. Hopton blocked away by Neverson. Now Neverson on the fast break, and Hopton a little too overzealous and stops the fast break at the very least. Foul goes against the Sharks. It's their second. First against Hopton.
I love that you see Neverson just go for it and go down the court like she's a guard. That's something you don't see somebody her size, so I guess Coach Beeman is encouraging that.
It'll be important, the levels that she brings this year, indeed, as T-Bond crosses over, gets by Ng, puts up a floater in the lane, got it to go. Beautiful move by the freshman as she gets her first points of the evening, and 4-3 now UH leads 3 minutes into the action. Mia Fry walks it over the timeline, in and out dribble, guarded closely by Bond. Starts the offense, dribbles at, Ng goes, pick and roll now between Fry and Roberts. Fry lost it for a second, gets it over to Hadsel over on the left wing. Here's Kalissa Ng. Ng stop, start, and go. Gives one more to Fry. 3 on the shot clock. Got to get something off. Here's Hopton, and Hopton traveled before she got it away. Turnover by HPU. Little indecisiveness from the Sharks there as UH's defense starting to come alive. Just underway here inside Banco Arena. HPU trailing UH 4-3. Perez in the left corner, guarded closely by Hadsel, gives up top to Flevel. Flevel at the high post finds Neverson. Beautiful backdoor cut. Neverson with a great find, and Flevel lays it up and lays it in. 6-3 now Hawaii leads as back-to-back buckets by the Rainbow Wahine.
Like I mentioned, them sharing the ball is going to be key to their success this season, and as you can see, Bailey Flavel she's good around the rim, she's good around anywhere on the court, so you're going to see a lot of her this season.
There's a reason she's starting these early exhibitions, as you said before, a reason to take these seriously, as Alana Roberts too short on the baseline jumper. In transition come the Rainbow Wahine again, and Sanaya Neverson lays it up and lays it in off the feed from Bailey Flevel. And you see the running Rainbow Wahine once again. It's a 5-point lead. Here's Hopton on the right wing, hands off to Mia Fry. Fry up top to Alana Roberts. With 15 on the shot clock, she'll give to Hadsel. Hadsel dribbles along the three-point arc, pass tipped and stolen away by Kirame Falemu. Falemu up ahead to Neverson, and Neverson up and in once again as Sanaya Neverson has 6 of the early 10 points for the Rainbow Wahine. We're halfway through this opening quarter. And a backcourt violation will be called. Mia Fry can't believe it, but I think it was the right call as well. Brought the ball into the front court. Get some subs into the game. First time Anissa Torres enters for HPU. Alongside her comes Maya Hatchett. Hatchett transferred in via St. Martin's in the offseason. Torres via the College of the Sequoias, one of 2 players to come from that JUCO program in the offseason for HPU. Here's Flevel on the left wing, tries the spin and ripped by Torres. Nice sleight of hand by the junior from Carruthers. Hatchett handles up top with 20 on the shot clock, will hand off to Ng. Ng, couple of dribbles, pass up top to Hadsel. Hadsel, hand off to Fry. Fry, drive, kick, 3-point try for Torres. A little bit too short. And here comes Bailey Flevel on the rebound. 10-3, just over 5 minutes into the action here inside the Stan Sheriff Center. In and out dribble by T-Bond, gets all the way to the cup, stripped and out of bounds it goes. It'll remain with UH when we return with 18 on the shot clock. It's the Rainbow Wahine leading early 10-3 over HPU. Don't want to go anywhere. More to come. You're listening to HPU Sharks Women's Basketball
on the Hawaii Sports Radio Network.
Who doesn't love a good pizza? Visit Slice of Waikiki, your favorite pizza by the slice shop. For over 13 years, they've been serving up huge, freshly made slices and delicious appetizers for locals and visitors alike. Drop by their new location at 333 Seaside Avenue to instantly satisfy your pizza cravings by the slice or build your own whole pie masterpiece. Visit sliceofwaikiki.com for pickup, delivery, and catering options. Slice of Waikiki, freshly made pizza with aloha.
Dial Electric Supply is Hawaii's premier lighting distributor and supplier, serving commercial and retail customers alike. Located at 2240 Kalua Opalena Street, Dial Electric's expanded retail showroom features one of the largest selections of lighting fixtures, fans, and smart home lighting solutions. Schedule an appointment with one of their design experts to create a home lighting design that you will enjoy for many years to come. Visit dialelectricsupply.com or give them a call at 808-845-7811. Dial Electric Supply is Hawaii's premier lighting distributor and supplier, serving commercial and retail customers alike. Located at 2240 Kalua Opalena Street, Dial Electric's expanded retail showroom features one of the largest selections of lighting fixtures, fans, and smart home lighting solutions. Schedule an appointment with one of their design experts to create a home lighting design that you will enjoy for many years to come. Visit dialelectricsupply.com or give them a call at 808-845-7811.
Let's go. Back to more HPU Sharks basketball on the Hawaii Sports Radio Network. Brought to you by DSE Hawaii.
Back inside Banco Arena at Stan Sheriff, Paul Brecht, Kelsie Imai on hand for some preseason action between the HPU Sharks and the University of Hawaii Rainbow Wahine. It's a 10-3 lead for the hosting Rainbow Wahine. Kelsie, so far, what have you seen that you've liked from UH as they've gotten out in transition? It seems as though defensively they've been able to turn their stops into buckets.
They're pushing the tempo really well, and on top of that, their offense is generating from their defense, so just seeing them full court press this early on that's cool to see, because I don't think we were doing that, if I'm being honest.
Trigger woman is Kira May Falemu, gets it into Imani Perez at the high post. 15 on the shot clock. Falemu over to the right wing. Up top goes to Tiana Bond. Bond resets with 7. Tries to go into the post. Nice job by Kalissa Ng getting around on the three-quarter deny, coming up with the steal. Now here comes HPU 5-on-4. Maya Hatchett pulls it on back, guarded by Daniela Kujovic. Hatchett up top, handling, still dribbling, and loses the handle as it gets poked away. Good sleight of hand by UH, and here come the Rainbow Wahine. 7-point lead as Imani Perez, trailer 3. She knocks it down. Double-digit lead by the hosts. As now an 11-0 run over the past 3.5 minutes for the Rainbow Wahine, as the defense turning up and turning into points. Torres sets the screen up top for Fry, gets it back, gives over to the right wing to Hatchett. Hatchett into the lane, gets locked up, and a jump ball will be called. Possession arrow favors UH. It's a turnover against HPU. A couple more subs into the game as Serenity Santos checks in for the first time this year, one of the 2 returners for HPU, and alongside her, another one of the young freshmen for HPU, Jalen Samuel, a guard out of Sierra Canyon, as T-Bond drives, gets it, dumps it on off to Daniela Kujovic, and Kujovic is tied up. Jump ball called, back-to-back jump balls. This time possession arrow favors HPU. And here come the Sharks now as Alana Roberts checks back into the game. Addie Hadsel will head to the bench for the first time. Just under 3 minutes left here in the opening quarter. UH leading HPU 13-3. Paul Brecht, Kelsie Imai on hand as Tiana Bond comes up with another steal, poked away from Jalen Samuel on a bad pass. Euro step in the lane in transition is good, and Tiana Bond with another bucket. She's up to 5 now.
She does not play like a freshman. She has such good body control. She makes the right decisions, and she can pass and she can score. So we're lucky to have that from a freshman.
And it seems like her and Bailey Flevel both have pretty good chemistry early on. A couple of young guards looking to make an impact as a three-point try is good. Jalen Samuel with her first collegiate points as she knocks down the right wing three, cuts it down to a 15-6 deficit now for the Sharks and ends a 14-0 run by UH. Up top is Flevel. She handles, passes over to the right wing. Into the corner it goes to Kyra Webb. Webb skips up top to Flevel, and Flevel fouled on the drive. They'll get Alana Roberts on the hit, and they'll say in the act of shooting. So Flevel will head to the line for the first time tonight. Couple of subs into the game for UH as Fiamma Serra checks in for the Rainbow Wahine. Serra, the first player from Italy for the program, standing at 6'4". Another one of this talented freshman class Laura Beeman and her staff brought in. First free throw too strong and no good for Flevel. Goes off back iron, remains a 9-point lead for the Rainbow Wahine. Second try also rolls around, no good. 0 for 2 trip by Flevel, and I'll take a wild guess. I think that's going to be pretty rare this year to see from the star guard, the star freshman guard that is, but sometimes some growing pains early on, especially in the season. Maya Hatchett crosses her over, kicks it on over to the left wing. Serenity Santos will try. That one no good. Too strong off the rim. Rebound taken by Bailey Flevel. 4-on-2 break. Pass dish off to Kujovic, and she puts it up and puts it in. Back up to a double-digit lead for UH. 17-6 now, Hawaii leads. Back in transition, quickly come the Sharks. Pitch ahead pass goes to Maya Hatchett, and Hatchett will be fouled. They'll get Ella Collins, the freshman guard from Australia, on the hit. It's the first personal against the guard and the first team foul against UH here with just 90 seconds left to play in the opening frame. Inbound goes to Hatchett. And Jalen Samuel then gets it and carried it. Another turnover for HPU in this opening period. Up to 7 now for the Sharks, though they've forced 6 of their own. 17-6 lead for Hawaii. Just over a minute left to play in this opening quarter. Spin move made by Webb, puts up the right-hand floater, and that one no good. Ball tapped out of bounds, and it'll remain with the Rainbow Wahine. 20 on the shot clock, 1:03 left to play in this opening quarter. Inbound goes to the right wing to Kiara Curtis, and Curtis looking to pass down low to Kyra Webb. Webb is fouled on the return pass, so it'll be baseline out of bounds once again for the Rainbow Wahine. Run a similar play, get it into Curtis over on the right wing. Gets it up top to Kujovic, swung over to the left side. Here's Collins. Collins crosses over against Samuel, drives baseline, puts up the reverse layup. That one no good. Rebound taken by Maya Hatchett, and here come the Sharks in transition. Anissa Torres crosses over and picked up her dribble too soon. A couple of Rainbow Wahine converge to take it away. And back comes UH. That one tipped away, and ball will remain with UH. Anissa Torres said that it last touched the Rainbow Wahine player. Instead, it'll be Kyra Webb inbounding in front of the Sharks bench. Just over 30 seconds left in this opening quarter. Kiara Curtis gets it in on the left side, drives, kicks. Here's Serra up top. Kujovic to a cutting Webb, and Webb can't get the layup to go. As you said, a beautiful find, had everything but the finish, and knocked out of bounds last off the freshman from Australia. Final possession of the quarter should be the Sharks. Pitch ahead pass goes to Torres, back up top to Santos, 15 on the clock. Pick and roll between Alana Roberts and Santos. Santos drive and kick into the corner, and then Torres traveled. Shuffled her feet as she tried to dump it off to a cutting Alana Roberts. So instead of the final possession of the quarter, it's a turnover for the Sharks, and UH will get 9.4 to try and add on to this 11-point lead. Kiara Curtis gets it in, and with a head of steam gets it into the front court. Uses the Kujovic pick with 2 on the clock. Curtis got to get something up, just chucks it up, and that'll end the first quarter as University of Hawaii takes an 11-point lead through 1. just behind a bevy of scores. An 11-point lead as we head to the second quarter. You're listening to HPU Sharks women's basketball on the Hawaii Sports Radio Network.
Discover the fresh flavors at Pearl at Kalawau's newly renovated restaurant. From local moco and fried rice plates to Hawaiian food Fridays, every dish is inspired by Hawaii's finest local ingredients. Stop by any day. No need to be a golfer. Enjoy their full-service bar, daily dining, and happy hour specials weekdays from 3 to 6:30. Planning a special celebration? Their indoor and outdoor venues, custom catering, and stunning views will make any event unforgettable. Pearl at Kalawau. Gather, celebrate, and savor with aloha.
Here's the dream. Keep doing what you love. What drives you? What's your passion? Whether you're catching waves, climbing mountains, or playing with the grandkids, the choices you make now can help you keep living your life your way. At Hawaii Pacific Health, we're here to help you live healthier with preventive care and a personalized approach. Learn more at hawaiipacifichealth.org/healthierlife. Here's Dr. Jamie Fukui with a health tip from Hawaii Pacific Health.
When it comes to breast cancer, early detection could save your life. That's why it's recommended all women get a mammogram every year, starting at age 40, or younger if there's a history of breast cancer in your family. Schedule your mammogram today at one of our medical centers or clinics. Women who get a mammogram in October will receive a special gift while supplies last.
Online scheduling is easy at hawaiipacifichealth.org/mammogram.
What if we told you you could turn $1 into $2 just by going shopping? Check out DoubleDownDealsHawaii.com, Honolulu's home for buy one, get one free deals from your favorite local spots, including Big City Diner and Fun Factory. Visit DoubleDownDealsHawaii.com today before the best deals are all gone. That's DoubleDownDealsHawaii.com, where you don't need luck to save.
HPU Athletics on HSRN is presented by Hawaii Pacific Health. Hawaii Pacific Health takes the team approach to providing the expert care you need when and where you need it. Together, we are creating a healthier Hawaii. Paul Brecht, Kelsie Imai from inside Banco Arena at Stan Sheriff Center, where the University of Hawaii leads Hawaii Pacific University 17-6 after one quarter of play. We saw some fast-paced play from the Rainbow Wahine in that opening quarter, and we saw some decent three-point shooting from the Sharks, 2 of 6 from long distance for the Division II opponents, both sides with some things that they can definitely like and some things that I'm sure they want to clean up. As speaking of cleaning up, Sanaya Neverson continues cleaning up inside the paint as she puts it up and puts it in to get the scoring started. It's a 19-6 lead now for UH. Here's Nisa Torres to Hopton, back to her cut, and Danny her Angel another turnover for HPU, a 13-point deficit for the Sharks, just about a minute underway here in the second quarter. As Imani Perez handles in the left corner, passes up top to Ella Collins, gives to the high post to Sanaya Neverson. Back into the left corner it goes for Perez. Perez gives to Neverson, kick out, three-point try for Collins, off back iron, no good. Rebound taken by Anissa Torres. Torres head to Lucia Ritchie. Ritchie to Hopton. Hopton gives back to Torres. Using the screen from Alana Roberts, kicks back up top to Hopton. Hopton, jab step, kick out, and Mia Fry gets it poked away. On the ground goes Alana Roberts to get it back, though.
Good hustle play from Alana Roberts.
Good fresh shot clock now for HPU. Three-point try by Lucia Ritchie is no good and off the mark. Offensive rebound, though, once again for HPU. Nice job by the Sharks on the offensive glass, getting a couple of extra possessions so far against a much bigger UH team. And then, as I say that, it's thrown away. Kyla Hopton tried cross-court pass. Kiara Curtis stole it away, and then Hopton said, no, 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 not in my house. Gets it back with a nice defensive play on the other side. Remains a 13-point deficit for the Sharks. Torres gets it over half court, gives up top to Roberts. Roberts back to Torres on the right wing. Pick and roll game into the corner, goes Hopton. Hopton traveled, and the ref saw it. Instead of a three-pointer, it'll be a turnover once again for HPU. That's the 11th of this game, the 11th of this first half for the Sharks. And a big reason why you see them down 13 points here with 8 minutes remaining in this first half. Kiara Curtis manning the point for UH. Horn set up top, uses a screen from Neverson, blitz from HPU, gets it away to Flevel over on the right wing. Flevel, strong move in the paint, and a blocking foul will be called. They get Mia Fry on the hit. Fry slow to get up, she does though. And it'll be the first team foul of this second quarter against the Sharks. It's the first against Fry, and Flevel back to the line for the second time tonight. First time at the line, Flevel 0 for 2. Mentioned it before, somebody who this UH team expects to take over a big bear of the scoring load, knocks down the first free throw there to rattle it in and make it a 14-point advantage now for UH. Second free throw strong, 1 for 2 trip, now just 1 for 4 tonight is the standout freshman. Here's Ng. Sets up the offense for HPU, gives to Roberts, pick and roll with Ritchie. Ritchie kicks it on out to Ng. Ng on the left wing with 15 on the shot clock, gets the screen from Roberts, couple of dribbles to the middle, pass off to the left elbow to Roberts. Roberts to Hopton on the left side. She steps behind the three-point arc, banks it in. Kyla Hopton.
The bank is open, got it off in time.
Counts all the same, cuts it down to an 11-point deficit now for HPU. Drive by Curtis, gives to Perez, back to Curtis, floater off glass is good. And a nice give and go between Kiara Curtis and Imani Perez. And a backcourt violation will be called against HPU as Kalissa Ng tried to get it to Lucia Ritchie. And Ritchie was not quite over midcourt quite yet. Just some silly mistakes by HPU as Raina Forge, checks into the game for the first time. Another freshman for HPU making her debut. Tiana Bond back into the game for UH. She gets a double screen from Neverson and from Imani Perez. Neverson gets it, kicks it on out to Rebecca Moores. Moores tried to find a cutting Bond, threw it away. Here comes Kalissa Ng on the steal. Pull it back on out with 25 on the clock. Gets a screen from Alana Roberts, goes to her right hand, now guarded by Imani Perez. Hands off to Raina Forge. Forge up top to Roberts. Roberts gives to Mia Fry. Fry, tough drive, cross the lane, puts it up off glass and got it to go. Mia Fry.
Good drive from Mia Fry.
Just a freshman. Doesn't look it there. A tough drive, and then forcing a turnover on the other end is HPU. A nice sequence there by the Sharks as they cut it down to 11 once again.
Mia Fry really stretched her body to get through that, so that was a good layup by her and a good finish.
She's somebody that I know this HPU program is excited about as Flevel pokes it away from Kalissa Ng momentarily. Fry from Iolani, one of the premier programs here on Oahu when it comes to girls basketball. As that shot blocked out of bounds, Sanaya Neverson and Bailey Flevel combining to deny Kalissa Ng. Couple of Iolani players on this HPU unit. Kira Tanabe, who's missing tonight's game as she recovers from injury. Also from Iolani, Jovi Lafotu, who is also missing this game for UH. Also an Iolani alum with 2 on the shot clock. HPU doesn't know, and it'll be another turnover for the Sharks. The bench trying to communicate it to the 5 on the floor, but no clue. 22-11, HPU trails UH. Just under 6 minutes remaining here in the first half. T-Bond walks it over. Midcourt will hand off to Flevel, and then an offensive foul, moving screen. A little bit of a pick play called as Bond got in the way of the defender, the official all over, and it's a turnover for UH. Competitive first half thus far. 11-point lead for the Rainbow Wahine over the Sharks. Alana Roberts over on the right wing. Gets it from Kalissa Ng. Will give it right back to the sophomore. Ng drives into the lane. Pick and roll. Two-man game. Roberts will try from 10 feet away. Left it short. Rebound taken by UH. And here come the Rainbow Wahine. 3-on-2 break. Perez puts it up. No good. Gets her own miss. And then threw it away. Sanaya Neverson couldn't handle the pass. And here comes Ng. Just past the midway point in this second quarter. HPU trailing UH 22-11. Paul Brecht, Kelsie Imai on the call. Baseline drive by Mia Fry. Tipped and almost stolen away by Sanaya Neverson. Instead, it's Abby Hadsel. Hadsel gives to Ng. Ng gets the screen from Roberts with 4 on the shot clock. Hadsel's got to get a shot off. She does, and got it to go. Abby Hadsel, the Sonoma State transfer, up to 5 points now for HPU as she's knocked down a pair from a little further out. Not necessarily what you'd expect from one of the lone bigs on this HPU squad. Kirame Filemu drives across the lane. Nice cross-court pass to Amani Perez. And Perez was out of bounds. They'll call another turnover against UH. And that'll take us to the media timeout as HPU has cut it to single digits. 22-13. UH leads the Sharks. Don't want to go anywhere. The end of the first half coming on up on the other side of the break. You're listening to HPU Sharks Women's Basketball on the Hawaii Sports Radio Network.
Guaranteed admission? Guaranteed scholarship?
Sound too good to be true? A private college is in your reach at Hawaii Pacific University. If you're a local high school student with a 2.75 GPA or higher, HPU guarantees your admission and at least a $15,000 scholarship every year. It's their way of supporting your dreams right here at home. Visit hpu.edu/affordable for details. Hawaii Pacific University, Hawaii's affordable private university.
DSE Hawaii, a proud supporter of OIA Sports on the Hawaii Sports Radio Network, is a locally owned and operated union electrical contracting company. Established in 1988, DSE Hawaii provides services to general contractors, building owners, property management companies, architects, and engineers. Their commitment to the electrical industry is focused on quality, efficiency, and most importantly, customer service and satisfaction. DSE Hawaii, providing quality work in the most efficient manner.
Aloha, beautiful people. Wake up in the den with me, Kule Agbayani, along with Paul Brecht and Michael Lescaro, weekday mornings at 8, right here on the Hawaii Sports Radio Network, 95.1 FM and AM 760. Or listen on demand at hawaiisportsradio.com. You can even watch the show every Monday on our YouTube channel. Want to get in on the conversation? Shoot us a text at 808-888-KGU1. That's 808-888-5481.
Back to more HPU basketball on the Hawaii Sports Radio Network and streaming live at hawaiisportsradio.com.
HPU Athletics on HSRN is brought to you in part by DSE Hawaii, bringing quality, efficiency, and most importantly, customer service and satisfaction to the electrical industry for over 35 years. Mahalo to DSE Hawaii for their support of HPU Athletics here on the Hawaii Sports Radio Network. 22-13 lead for the University of Hawaii over Hawaii Pacific University. So far, though, HPU, despite being overmatched in terms of size, competing on the glass, just down 12-9 on the boards against a much bigger UH team. 12 turnovers by the Rainbow Wahine, 15 by HPU. The defense is certainly getting after it thus far, Kelsie.
For sure. I think the only difference between the two teams is University of Hawaii is able to converge their turnovers to points.
And it is a big thing, as you mentioned. 10 points off of these HPU turnovers, whereas just 4 points for HPU off of the Rainbow Wahine turnovers. It's part of how you get to this 9-point lead for the Division I hosts. Just under 4 minutes left to play here in the opening half. Abby Hadsel handles up top after a loose pass, gets away from Jalen Samuel. Hadsel fights for it, dives on the ground with 4 on the shot clock. Maya Hatchett's going to just have to chuck something up. She does, and Kirame Filemu comes down with the rebound. Nice defensive possession there by the Rainbow Wahine, made life hard for HPU. Neverson up top Tries to find Imani Perez, who had deep post position. Instead, gets tipped and stolen away. Here comes HPU, and then stolen away by UH. Some sloppy basketball in this middle portion of the second quarter by both squads. Mentioned it before, nearly 30 turnovers combined between the two of them in this opening half. Here's Neverson, left wing three, got it to go.
Sanaya is a player that you don't think is going to shoot a three, and then she's going to shoot that thing, and it's going to go in most of the time. 0
for 2 from long distance in the opener against Chaminade. I'm sure it felt good to see that one go down. Like you mentioned, a capable shooter from out there as Kyla Hopton slices to the rim, takes Imani Perez all the way there and lays it up and in with her left hand, cuts it back down to a 10-point game.
Good finish by Robertson. That's a lot of traffic to go through.
Here's Perez. Pass up top to Bond. Bond uses the screen from Imani, back to Imani Perez. Perez fakes the handoff to Flevel, picks up her dribble, now in trouble. Skip pass over to the left wing. Here's Filemu for three. That one too strong. Rebound taken by Mia Fry. Good defensive possessions here from HPU, just keeping UH to 25 points through nearly 20 minutes of action thus far. Here's Fry, crosses over on Neverson, steps back, steps through, kick out. Here's Samuel, three-point try, off the mark, no good. Hadsel there, tries to clean it up. That one left her short, and a foul will be called. Abby Hadsel was in the area, but they'll get Mia Fry on a hold. The freshman picks up her second. It's the second versus HPU.
That was a great move by Mia Fry. I personally think that she should have went up with that, but I can see how going up against Sanaya Neverson is pretty intimidating, but I think she could have got that one away.
And that's something that I want you to actually talk on a little bit more. A guard who wasn't necessarily like a Bailey Flevel or a T-Bond standing at like 5'8", 5'9", but rather maybe kind of like a Mia Fry, closer to like a 5'6". You know, what's it like when you go into the paint against these taller defenders like an Imani Perez or a Sanaya Neverson? What's the mindset that you have to have as a smaller guard?
I mean, for me, during my college years, it was always me looking to pass more. But if it's me one-on-one with somebody and I see that they're not in front of me anymore, that's an automatic layup that you have to try for.
I'm sure that's something Fry will eventually get into as her college career progresses. Imani Perez pokes it away and steals it from Abby Hadsel. Another turnover by HPU as an armbar foul going to be called against the Sharks. Jalen Samuel picks it up. It's the third against HPU. First against Samuel as Fiamma Sarah checks in, replaces Imani Perez with 90 seconds to go before halftime. 10-point lead for the Rainbow Wahine, 25-15 your score. Flevel gets the screen from Sarah, crosses over, kicks into the corner. Here's Filemu for three. That one too strong. Rebound taken by Kyla Hopton. And a good steal by Filemu makes up for the air ball on the three with some defensive pressure in the backcourt. And left-handed layup makes it a 12-point game.
I love watching Kira May play. She goes in, she plays with all heart, and she's going to leave it on the floor. So good save by her.
She's somebody who's definitely taking a step up in the leadership department this year on a bit of a younger team. Comes up with a rebound right there, passes ahead, and a beautiful finish in transition by Bailey Flevel. Makes it a 14-point lead now for the Rainbow Wahine as we're under a minute to play. Drive and kick by Hatchett, finds an open Samuel in the left corner. That one no good. Hadsel there on the offensive glass, blocked away by Daniela Kujovic. Hadsel still fighting, and we'll get a foul called. Reach in against Kiara May. I believe Kiara May Filemu. And I'm wrong, it's actually Fiamma Sarah who's called for the foul. It's the second against the Rainbow Wahine with 32 seconds left to play. A baseline out of bounds now for HPU. Hatchett, the trigger woman, gets it into Hadsel up top with 20. Gives over to Samuel. Samuel, left-hand drive, finds a cutter. Hatchett gives to Roberts. Roberts, kick out. Across the lane goes Victoria Hyatt, who's fresh into the game, and Hyatt left the left-handed layup short. And Bailey Flevel will hold for one as Hawaii has 10 seconds to go. Flevel gets the screen, now rejects it, drives the lane, puts it up, puts it in. Beautiful left-handed drive by Bailey Flevel, and then thrown away on the inbound. Kiara May Filemu sneaking around in the backcourt, gets the steal, gets it to go, and the foul, the hoop and the harm for the sophomore, and she'll head to the line for one more with 0.4 left on the game clock. A disastrous finish for HPU as UH showing the effort.
That's what I'm talking about. Kira May Falemu, she's going to play till that clock stops. So if she has the ball, you better guard her because she will try and get a shot up no matter what. And
the free throw no good. So at the end of one half of play, it's the University of Hawaii 33 and the HPU Sharks 15. A nice back and forth so far, but an 18-point deficit facing the Sharks. When we come back, we'll have the halftime report. We'll break it down, and we'll talk all about what we just saw. You won't want to miss it. You're listening to HBU Sharks Women's Basketball on the Hawaii Sports Radio Network.
Who doesn't love a good pizza? Visit Slice of Waikiki, your favorite Pizza by the Slice shop. For over 13 years, they've been serving up huge, freshly made slices and delicious appetizers for locals and visitors alike. Drop by their new location at 333 Seaside Avenue to instantly satisfy your pizza cravings by the slice or build your own whole pie masterpiece. Visit sliceofwaikiki.com for pickup, delivery, and catering options. Slice of Waikiki, freshly made pizza with aloha.
Here's the dream. Keep doing what you love. What drives you? What's your passion? Whether you're catching waves, climbing mountains, or playing with the grandkids, the choices you make now can help you keep living your life your way. At Hawaii Pacific Health, we're here to help you live healthier with preventive care and a personalized approach. Learn more at hawaiipacifichealth.org/healthierlife. Here's Dr. Jamie Fukui with a health tip from Hawaii Pacific Health.
When it comes to breast cancer, early detection could save your life. That's why it's recommended all women get a mammogram every year, starting at age 40, or younger if there's a history of breast cancer in your family. Schedule your mammogram today at one of our medical centers or clinics. Women who get a mammogram in October will receive a special gift while supplies last.
Online scheduling is easy at hawaiipacifichealth.org/mammogram.
Did you know that you can support Hawaii Pacific University athletics year-round? HPU family, friends, and fans help to support the department's competitive programs by making contributions to the annual fund. Your generous gifts go towards operational costs such as travel, equipment, scholarships, and more. By making a gift to the annual fund for HPU athletics, you're helping to provide the very best experience for more than 250 student athletes. Visit hpu.edu/giving to support the HPU Sharks today.
Hawaii Pacific University presents Sharks Weekly, live from Manoa on the Hawaii Sports Radio Network, powered by DSE Hawaii. Every week, take a deep dive into the men's and women's athletic programs at HPU. Who are this week's standout performers? Which program is making a splash in the classroom, community, and the game? Listen live to Sharks Weekly, Thursday mornings at 9 on HSRN 95.1 FM, AM 760, and HawaiiSportsRadio.com, or listen on demand wherever you get most podcasts.
Experience one of Central Oahu's biggest community events, Pearl at Kalawau's monthly night market. With over 80 vendors, you'll find delicious food, retail treasures, desserts, and specialty drinks, all in one place. Bring the whole family for a night of culture, live entertainment, and community. Each month features a new theme and opportunities to support local businesses and nonprofits. Golf, dining, and community all come together at Pearl at Kalawau.
Back inside Banco Arena at Stan Sheriff Center, where Hawaii leads Hawaii Pacific 33-15 at halftime. Welcome on in to the halftime report, brought to you by Slice of Waikiki. Visit Slice of Waikiki for huge pizza slices, taste the apps, or build your own whole pie masterpieces. Stop in at 333 Seaside Avenue next to Ross in Waikiki, or visit sliceofwaikiki.com to order ahead. Delivery is also available through DoorDash. I'm an avid DoorDash user, unfortunately, much to my credit card's dismay, I am sure. But welcome on into the halftime report as a competitive first half, Kelsie, a fun one back and forth as we saw over a combined 30 turnovers between the two squads, a competitive effort on the glass, some lackluster shooting from long distance, but also some decent runs back and forth from both of these sides.
Yeah, a lot of turnovers. I know Coach Beeman's not too happy about that. But I think the key thing is Hawaii has 26 points in the paint compared to HPU's 4 points in the paint, but that just comes with size. Can't really help that when UH has a bunch of 6-footers and up and HPU doesn't. So
that's something we talk about all the time. You can't really teach size. You can teach them to box out. You can teach them how to shoot. You can teach them how to pass. You can't teach you how to be 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", whatever it may be. So certainly a advantage in the paint for Hawaii, but HPU doing a nice job competing on the glass, even at halftime, 16-16 when it comes to the rebounding. Actually ahead when it comes to the offensive rebounding, 5 on the O glass, and a nice showing for an overall smaller team trying to compete in there. But like you said, the advantage more so just when it comes to finishing inside the paint.
I do think HPU picked up their defense a little bit in the half court and gave UH a little bit harder of a time. So that's good to see. They're doing a lot of blitzing, and I saw them doubling down on the big man. So once you have 2 people on a big man, it's hard for the big man to get it up if it's down low. So HPU making good adjustments in that area.
Talking about big performances in the first half, Sanaya Neverson led all scorers with 11 points and 5 rebounds. Right behind her, the standout freshman Bailey Flevel, 7 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. A pseudo triple-double watch for her. She's also drawn 3 fouls tonight, and that's something else to talk about that UH has done a phenomenal job with, where they have not only gotten out in transition, but they've done a nice job getting downhill and drawing fouls against HPU. And it's a big reason why UH was able to kind of find a rhythm when they were inside the paint, when they're attacking against this HPU defense. Over on the other side for Hawaii Pacific, you have a couple of scorers with 5 points, as Abby Hadsel and Kyla Hopton each with a handful for the Sharks. Mia Fry with a pair, and Jalen Samuel with 3 points. Those are your only scorers for HPU. We're going to step aside for a quick break, but when we return, we'll talk a little more about keys to the second half, what each of these teams have to do should they want to either come up with a win or come back in this one. It's 33-15 at halftime, though. Hawaii leads HPU. You're listening to Hawaii Pacific Sharks women's basketball on the Hawaii Sports Radio Network.
No matter what side of Oahu you stay, personalized, convenient, and efficient financial service is the Ko'olau Federal Credit Union way. Visit ko'olaufcu.org and join today using your mobile device.
Ko'olau FCU is federally insured by the NCUA.
For the few, the proud, the first to fight, Ko'olau Federal Credit Union has your 6. Whether you're active duty, civilian, or a member of a Marine household, Ko'olau FCU has a branch on base. Visit ko'olaufcu.org to join today.
Ko'olau FCU is federally insured by the NCUA.
What if we told you could turn $1 into 2 just by going shopping? Check out DoubleDownDealsHawaii.com, Honolulu's home for buy one, get one free deals from your favorite local spots, including Big City Diner and Fun Factory. Visit DoubleDownDealsHawaii.com today before the best deals are all gone. That's DoubleDownDealsHawaii.com, where you don't need luck to save.
Dial Electric Supply is Hawaii's premier lighting distributor and supplier, serving commercial and retail customers alike. Located at 2240 Kalu'opolena Street, Dial Electric's expanded retail showroom features one of the largest selections of lighting fixtures, fans, and smart home lighting solutions. Schedule an appointment with one of their design experts to create a home lighting design that you will enjoy for many years to come. Visit dialelectricsupply.com or give them a call at 808-845-7811.
Hawaii Pacific University's Master of Science in Construction Management program will equip you to lead in today's evolving industry. With evening courses in downtown Honolulu, you'll balance work and education while specializing in areas like advanced project scheduling, risk management, and sustainability. Plus, no business degree is required. Take the next step at hpu.edu/construction. Hawaii Pacific University, helping you go beyond boundaries.
Back to more HPU Sharks basketball, presented by Hawaii Pacific Health on the Hawaii Sports Radio Network, 95.1 FM and AM 760.
Back inside Banco Arena at Stan Sheriff Center, Paul Brecht, Kelsie Imai, bringing you the halftime report presented by Slice of Waikiki. One more time, Slice of Waikiki. You can visit them for huge pizza slices, tasty apps, or build your own whole pie masterpieces. Stop in at 333 Seaside Avenue, right next to Ross in Waikiki, or visit sliceofwaikiki.com to order ahead. Delivery is also available through DoorDash. You can order and have it be there for the second half of this game. And talking about the second half of this game, Kelsie, what do each of these teams have to do as they're preparing for the regular season, preparing for the second half of action here? We'll start with the hosts up 33-15. What does Hawaii have to do to close this one out and put together a strong 20 minutes and the last 20 minutes before their regular season begins?
I think they need to do a better job at taking care of the ball. They were a little bit sloppy in that second quarter, I would say. But other than that, they had good tempo, which is helping them keep the lead. And then for HPU, I think their main thing is just shot clock management. As you can see, they're getting down to 0 most of the possessions. And if they're able to realize that and find open shots sooner, it might help them in the long run.
I think those are both absolutely fair keys because, one, you look at HPU, and as you mentioned, struggling a little bit with recognition of the shot clock tonight, and at times, whether they're getting shots off or even not getting shots off, it's sometimes bad shot. It's just too much against an elite defense or a defense that is known to be pretty elite in the Rainbow Wahine. Sometimes it is okay to settle for the good shot instead of great shot, especially tonight. And then over on the other side, certainly the turnovers have to be an issue, something that drives head coach Laura Beeman crazy. I'll also look at the rebounding for HPU in this second half. I think if they can keep that up, they can remain relatively competitive. Their defense has been overall pretty strong. You kind of mentioned it before. You can't help being smaller than a team, but you can help your effort on the glass. So if HPU continues there, I think you'll see them pull it on or remain close enough in this one. And that'll wrap up our halftime services, our halftime celebration, our halftime report. On the other side of the break, we've got half number 2, the third quarter coming up as Hawaii leads HPU 33-15. You're listening to HPU Sharks women's basketball on the Hawaii Sports Radio Network.
Here's the dream. Keep doing what you love. What drives you? What's your passion? Whether you're catching waves, climbing mountains, or playing with the grandkids, the choices you make now can help you keep living your life your way. At Hawaii Pacific Health, we're here to help you live healthier with preventive care and a personalized approach. Learn more at hawaiipacifichealth.org/healthierlife. Here's Dr. Jamie Fukui with a health tip from Hawaii Pacific Health.
When it comes to breast cancer, early detection could save your life. That's why it's recommended all women get a mammogram every year, starting at age 40, or younger if there's a history of breast cancer in your family. Schedule your mammogram today at one of our medical centers or clinics. Women who get a mammogram in October will receive a special gift while supplies last.
Online scheduling is easy at hawaiipacifichealth.org/mammogram.
DSE Hawaii, a proud supporter of OIA Sports on the Hawaii Sports Radio Network, is a locally owned and operated union electrical contracting company. Established in 1988, DSE Hawaii provides services to general contractors, building owners, property management companies, architects, and engineers. Their commitment to the electrical industry is focused on quality, efficiency, and most importantly, customer service and satisfaction. DSE Hawaii, providing quality work in the most efficient manner.
Aloha, beautiful people. Wake up in the den with me, Ku'ule Agbayani, weekday mornings at 8, right here on the Hawaii Sports Radio Network, 95.1 FM and AM 760. Or listen on demand at hawaiisportsradio.com.
This is your home for Dallas Cowboys football. We'll bring you all the exciting NFL action each week. Dallas Cowboys football can be heard right here
on Hawaii Sports Radio Network, 95.1 FM and AM 760.
Go Cowboys!
Back to more HPU Sharks basketball on the Hawaii Sports Radio Network. Brought to you by DSE Hawaii.
Away from the second half, starting as HPU trails the University of Hawaii 33-15. Paul Brecht, Kelsie Imai on hand, bringing you all the action of the night. The final exhibition for the University of Hawaii before their season gets going here soon. And for HPU, it's their first action against another team other than themselves. They do have one more exhibition upcoming on November 10th, that one against Northwest Indian. But other than that, they will get going with the Hoops in Hawaii Fall Classic. 15 new players for HPU this year, 17 players in total. A nice group, a nice mixture of underclassmen and upperclassmen. This is the first meeting against UH for HPU since November 1st, 2022. That was a 73-49 loss for HPU. You actually played in that game, Kelsie, and you remember that game.
Yeah, that was one of my first... I think that was my first game that was televised.
It would not surprise me.
That was my first college game ever.
It was relatively early on at the very least. Imani Perez, also one of the only players to play against HPU, still on the roster. Jove Lafotu, the other. Obviously, she's out tonight. Possession starts with HPU, and we're underway here in the second half. Kalissa Ng handling over on the left wing, gets a screen from Alana Roberts. Passes off to Abby Hadsel. Hadsel along the three-point arc, hands off to Mia Fry. Fry, stop and start move, puts it off glass, left it a little too strong. Rebound taken by UH. Just underway here in the second half as a whistle blows away from the play. We'll get a blocking foul called. It goes against Kalissa Ng, sophomore from Kaneohe, Hawaii. And the first foul against HPU here in this second half. It'll be baseline out of bounds for UH. Rebecca Moore is the trigger woman. Gets it out to the left side to Sanaya Neverson. Neverson up top to Flevel. Flevel uses the Imani Perez pick. Right hand layup. Too strong off glass. Offensive rebound Perez. Swung around the top. Finds Tiana Bond. Bond resets. Pulls it back. Right hand drive. Gets it ripped away by Mia Fry. HPU. 2-on-2 break. Kick out to Hopton. Up top to Hadsel. Hadsel gives it over to Ng. Ng pulls it back, and now we'll give to the right side to Hopton. Hopton pulls behind the three-point arc. We'll put it up and put it in. Kyla Hopton with her second three-pointer of the evening. Cuts it down to a 15-point deficit. And Hopton starting to get a little bit hot. One of the freshmen for HPU, and now an offensive foul. It'll go against Imani Perez on the moving screen. Turnover by UH, and a nice start to this third quarter for HPU.
Those are the kind of shots that I was just talking about that need to take. Playing off a little bit, you can shoot the ball from the three, why not?
Absolutely. Better than not getting a shot up at all at the very least, and better than getting a contested look up against the outstretched arms of some of these Hawaii defenders. Here's Ng on the left side, gets the handoff, drives good baseline, find. Kicks it out. Here's Hopton trying again, goes off glass. Kyla Hopton back-to-back triples.
That's her second off the bank. The bank is open.
She loves the bank. Welcome to Banco Arena. And we'll get a timeout from UH early on. Laura Beeman not pleased with what she's seeing. And we'll step aside as well as HPU with a quick 6-0 run to begin this second half, or to begin when we come back. More HPU basketball. You're listening to the Sharks on Hawaii Sports Radio Network.
Home of the Dallas Cowboys, KGU AM, K236CR, Honolulu is the Hawaii Sports Radio Network on 95.1 FM and AM 760.
Hawaii Pacific University's MBA program is designed for working professionals like you. With courses offered online, in person, and evenings, HPU makes it easier to balance work, life, and education. Through the MBA Plus program, you can specialize in areas like business analytics, global leadership, or nonprofit management. Visit hpu.edu/MBA to learn more and apply. Hawaii Pacific University, helping you go beyond boundaries.
Dial Electric Supply is Hawaii's premier lighting distributor and supplier, serving commercial and retail customers alike. Located at 2240 Kalu'opolena Street, Dial Electric's expanded retail showroom features one of the largest selections of lighting fixtures, fans, and smart home lighting solutions. Schedule an appointment with one of their design experts to create a home lighting design that you will enjoy for many years to come. Visit dialelectricsupply.com or give them a call at 808-845-7811.
Back here inside Banco Arena at Stan Sheriff Center, where the Sharks with back-to-back threes have made it a 12-point game, and a quick timeout from Laura Beeman to begin this third quarter. Kelsie, you've been in some of these huddles before. What do you think the conversation is like from Coach Beeman and the staff after the start to this third quarter for the Rainbow Wahine?
She's definitely telling them to close that gap in that closeout. I already know it. I can assume that Coach Derek Florence is pretty upset with that. But great shots from Roberts, right? Roberts, right? Was that her?
No, now I've lost.
Hopton.
Yeah, Kyla Hopton.
She needs to keep taking those if they leave her open. But I can assume that they're not going to give her much more of those.
What was the phrase you said? Close the gap. I can imagine that's what they're going to be trying to do here now against Hopton, who is into double figures, the first one for the Sharks, as she's up to 11 points, matches the game high with Sanaya Neverson. As UH gets the inbound to Imani Perez. Perez pick and roll with Bailey Flevel. Flevel puts up the floater, got it to go. Teardrop with some touch, pardon me, as the freshman gets it to go, and the foul back up to a 14-point advantage. Look to make it 15 as she heads to the line for the third time tonight. Flevel, good on the free throw. Three-point play the old-fashioned way, back up to a 15-point lead. 36-21 now. The advantage for UH. Back into the full-court press, and Kalissa Ng gets her pass tipped and stolen away. Another turnover by HPU. They're up to 20 now.
As you can see, they're kind of starting to slow things down. I'm sure they talked about all of the fast-paced sloppiness, so good find by Sanaya Neverson.
Beautiful backdoor cut by Imani Perez, and as you said, a great find from Sanaya Neverson. And Neverson's shown a little bit of this ability to be a bit of a passing hub at that high post, or even just an offensive hub, the ability to go off the dribble and attack as well. Certainly somebody who will be interesting and intriguing for Hawaii fans to keep an eye on this year. High pick and roll for HPU. Ng uses the screen from Hadsel. Kick into the left corner for Hopton. Her three-pointer short. Offensive rebound taken by HPU, and a travel called against Kalissa Ng. Shot clock once again was running down. We're going to have to get something up once again, as the shot from Hopton didn't hit the rim. Instead, it's another turnover, and here comes UH. Flevel up top, guarded by Fry. Gets it to the high post to Perez. Perez gives to Neverson on the left wing. Neverson, couple of dribbles, back to Flevel. Flevel, crossover against Fry into the left corner. Here's Perez wide open. No good, too strong. Offensive rebound. Neverson pivots a couple of times, and soft touch over the front of the rim. Gets it to go, and it's a 19-point lead just like that for UH, 40-21. With under 7 minutes left to play here in the third.
Great finish by Neverson. Very patient player. Has good footwork. Going to see a lot of that this season.
HPU breaks the full court pressure from Hawaii. Here's Ng on the left side. Calls for the screen from Roberts with 10 on the shot clock. Pulls it on back. Now will step up into a three. That off back iron, no good. Flevel comes up with a rebound, and here come the Rainbow Wahine looking to run. Imani Perez couldn't handle the pitch-ahead pass from Flevel, and it's a turnover by UH. A little more sloppiness from the Rainbow Wahine as some subs come in for both sides. Hadsel and Fry head to the bench as see Lucia Ritchie check into the game for the first time in this second half for HPU, along with Serenity Santos. Alec Collins checks in for UH alongside Kyra Webb. Dribble into a trap. Luckily gets it away, does Kalissa Ng, and now Ng gets it back to reset the offense with 20 on the shot clock. Here's Roberts up top, over to the right wing to Hopton. Hopton dribble, pulls up, Now kicks out to Santos. Santos into the left corner. Nice move by Richie, and that one's going to be blocked away. Nice sleight of hand by Sanaya Neverson. Ball batted around, and it'll bounce off an HPU player's face out of bounds. Go UH's way. An unfortunate offensive possession for the Sharks as they remain down 19. Collins, in and out dribble, tried to get by Richie, and Richie just stripped her. Pitches it ahead to Kelsie Imai. Imai into the corner to Santos. Santos will try. That one no good, too strong. Off the mark to the right, the ball batted around, and last off HPU, it'll go UH's way. 5:30 remaining here in the third quarter, a 40-21 lead. Paul Brecht, Kelsie Imai on hand, bringing you all the action of this exhibition matchup between the Rainbow Wahine and the Sharks. Deep post position by Imai, rewarded by Tiana Bond, who finds the senior, and Perez does the rest, puts it up and puts it on in. Kelsie Imai dribbles into the front court and once again dribbles into a double team. Gets tied up, and it's a jump ball. Another turnover by HPU. As the possession arrow favors UH. Now you're seeing maybe a little bit of settling from HPU. You like them taking open looks, but also you don't want them to force things here and let this game really get away from them. Strong drive by Ella Collins. Went up with the right hand on the left side. Too strong off glass, no good. Rebound taken by Lucia Ritchie. Ritchie gets it into the front court to Hopton. Hopton will give up top to Roberts. Roberts with 20 on the shot clock, gives to Ritchie on the left side. Ritchie struggles with her dribble for a second. Now picks it up, gives it back to Kelsie Imai. Imai with 10 on the shot clock. Going to try and make something happen. Over to the left side. Ritchie into the corner. Santos back to Ritchie. Left wing three. Got it to go.
Good ball movement by HPU. Able to find an open shot.
Beautiful drive and kick. Great patience by HPU, results in the three-pointer by Ritchie. Another triple for the Sharks, and it leads to a timeout on the floor. We'll keep it on here as it's an 18-point game, a little back-and-forth action so far in this third quarter, Kelsie, where we've seen each of these teams go through their runs. You start the quarter out with a nice punch from HPU. You knock down a couple of threes, and then the turnovers start back up for HPU. You see UH get out in transition. You see UH start to finish once again. What have you seen from both sides so far as we've played just over halfway in this third quarter that you've liked as they're preparing for the regular season?
They've both played really fast, messy games, but then they're also able to slow it down and get good things out of it. I think that's just going to come along with experience. But yeah, I like that they're making adjustments on both sides, and I feel like they're giving each other both a pretty good game.
Take this break in the action to remind you HPU Athletics on HSRN is brought to you in part by Dial Electric Supply, Hawaii's premier lighting distributor and supplier, lighting up Hawaii since 1972. As we're in a timeout, 42-24 your score, Hawaii leading HPU. Both of these teams getting ready for the regular season. Both of these teams in a little bit of a different place. HPU in the preseason Pac West coaches poll selected 12th out of 13 teams. A team rebuilding with a lot of new faces, a first-year head coach. Over on the other side with UH, you've got a woman in her 14th year, Laura Beeman, back-to-back Big West Coach of the Year, four-time Conference Coach of the Year. She's got a bit of a changing of the guard in her program where you see so many of these young players stepping into newer, bigger roles. And we've talked about it a little bit, but during your years as an older player, how important did you see these moments for younger players being? And how could you see yourself being as good a teammate as you could be, even if you were on the bench at some of these times for exhibitions?
Just staying positive and encouraging. I also know what it's like to be a freshman and just kind of be thrown on the court, so props to them. I think they're handling it very well. They look like experienced players to me, so that's good.
That is something about this UH squad. Looks a little bit beyond their years in terms of experience on the floor. A little bit of a full court press put on by HPU after the timeout, easily broken by Hawaii. Gets a wide open three for Kiara May Falemu at the top of the key, and it's too strong. Rebound fought for, and Richie couldn't quite save it for HPU. It'll remain with Hawaii with 20 on the shot clock. Deep into the corner, Kyra Webb inbounds to Ella Collins. Just over 4 minutes remaining here in the third quarter of play. An 18-point lead for the Rainbow Wahine. Webb on the right wing, drives, gets baseline, drops it off to Sarah. Sarah steps through. A beautiful move by the freshman from Italy. Puts it up and puts it on in, and it's up to a 20-point advantage now for the Rainbow Wahine. That's something this UH program does very, very well, is continue this pipeline of bigs that continue to develop year over year. We've talked about Imani Perez. At the pregame, we talked about Ratoria Tamilo, the reigning freshman of the year in the Big West, who's out tonight. And now Sarah looking to become the next one of that line, as Alana Roberts gets it up just before the shot clock goes off. Rebound fought for, and a foul will go against HPU in the backcourt. They get Maya Hatchett a little overzealous, fighting for the ball. Got wrapped up with Ella Collins.
Good effort by Maya Hatchett trying to get that rebound.
It's her second personal, the third against the Sharks here in the third quarter. A result in a possession for UH with just over 3 minutes remaining in this frame. Ella Collins calls out the offense. Swings it over to the right side. Ball back up top to the top of the key. Falemu gives over to Sarah. Fiamma Sarah hands off to Hopton. Hopton, spin move behind the back, now gets it poked away. Stolen by HPU, and here comes Kyla Hopton and the Sharks. Hopton pitches it ahead to Lucia Ritchie. Ritchie, couple of dribbles into the lane, kicks it on out. Good ball movement from HPU. Hatchett picked up her dribble, now is in trouble. Trying to get around, and a blocking foul called against Ella Collins. Collins not pleased, but bails out HPU, puts a fresh 20 on the shot clock, and it'll be Sharks basketball over on the sideline. 20-point lead for Hawaii. 2:42 remaining in this quarter. Got a conversation between officials right now, and they'll send both teams to their benches as they discuss a little bit more, I believe, on this call. And I was curious about this. You were quite the defender while you played, and tenacious on that side, where you see Collins working to get in front, and you see Collins in a good spot where Hatchett picks up her dribble in some trouble, and last second tries to kind of use that chicken wing elbow to get around. Instead, it's Collins called for the foul. What's your reaction in those type of moments? Also, did you think that was a foul against Ella Collins?
If I'm being honest, I don't think that was a foul by Ella Collins. I don't think she moved. She had her hands pretty straight up, but we don't have control over the refs all of the time. As you know, I had my conversations with them once or twice. Might have not been their favorite player to ref for, but it's all a part of the game.
You always made so many friends out there.
Right.
Lots of friends. After the discussion, though, it remains with HPU. Both teams back out on the floor. Laura Beeman getting an explanation from one of the officials now. Educational experience for us all.
Can we get an explanation? I would like to know what's going on.
And immediately on the inbound, the ball is thrown away. Kyra Webb read it beautifully and lays it up and lays it in transition.
She's a confident player. I think she has a lot of potential going into her next few years and even developing throughout the season.
Ball thrown away on the press by HPU, and that's something that this UH full court pressure can do, just speed you up a little bit, make you feel uncomfortable and play at a speed that you're not necessarily as comfortable in. Creates another possession for UH, but not for long. A moving screen called against Fiamma Sarah. Ella Collins went a little bit early, and it's another turnover by UH. It's the 19th team turnover by the Rainbow Wahine tonight. You mentioned this before as something that I'm sure Coach Laura Beeman not totally pleased with in terms of their performance. Here's Serenity Santos try from the right wing. That one a little too short. And the rebound taken by Kirame Falemu, who's quickly fouled. They get Lucia Ritchie on the block. And we'll get a quick sub for HPU. Into the game for the first time in this second half, Jalen Samuel, the freshman guard from Sierra Canyon. Danny Angel into the game for the first time as well for HPU. Still a little light full court pressure shown by the Sharks, easily once again broken by UH. Sarah
Risky
gets
pass.
a beautiful look down low to Kyra Webb, and like you said, a risky pass results in a really nice layup for UH.
That was a great finish by Kyra Webb, using her length to get that up and over.
Webb certainly not a normal-looking freshman, more developed it seems as well, strong down low, and not necessarily a big, plays a little bit more on the wing, that ability, as Webb will get called for the foul. A little too overzealous with the arm bar, and HPU will inbound in front of us. But Webb, a part of this impressive freshman class for Laura Beeman and her staff, where you can see why they felt pretty comfortable about this group coming in and contributing at the college level right away. Nice spin move there by Ritchie. Gets poked away, and it'll remain with the Sharks with 13 on the shot clock. Nice quick hands by the Rainbow Wahine. Jalen Samuel inbounding for the Sharks, gets it to Abby Hadsel up top. Hadsel with 10 on the clock, gives to Samuel. Samuel knifes her way through the lane and then lost the handle. Ball tracked down by Danny Angel and then tossed away. It's Kirame Falemu once again. Falemu pulls it on back, and now UH will reset with just over a minute remaining here in the third quarter. A 24-point lead for the Rainbow Wahine. Kiara Curtis drives, kick into the corner, a wide open Falemu, and Kiara May knocks it on through. She hit 4 against Chaminade, hits her first here tonight. Beautiful bounce pass in transition, and Hadsel just a little too strong off the feed from Ritchie. Back the other way comes UH. Here's Curtis on the right wing, back to Falemu. Back up top to Curtis, 20 on the shot clock, 15 between the game clock and shot clock. Falemu up top gets the screen now from Sarah, left-hand dribble, and we'll get a whistle blowing as Lucia Ritchie whistled for the armbar. Hawaii Pacific over the limit, so UH will go to the line with 25.7 left to play here in the third quarter. It's Kiara May Falemu for the first time, for the first time in the second half. Knocks down the first. Your reminder that she ended the first half with an and one. She missed the free throw on a beautiful steal, and a player who, Kelsie, you've mentioned multiple times tonight. She's going to be incredibly important for the Rainbow Wahine this season on multiple fronts as she goes 2 for 2 there at the line.
Yeah, I think she brings a lot to the team offensively, defensively, and she's a leader. She has a natural leader characteristic, I would say.
And it's certainly continued to grow throughout practices and these exhibitions as foul called underneath. Daniela Kujovic gets hit on the way up. She'll earn herself a pair. But that entire group, the class of 2024 recruits, all of them seem to kind of be taking that step forward, because even Rebecca Moores, another player who last year seemed maybe unsure of herself at times, and this year a little bit more vocal, a little bit more confident, a little bit more sure out on the floor, and certainly somebody who will need to contribute alongside Kirame Falemu and many other players out there this year. First free throw good for Kujovic, second one on the way, up and no good. It's a 30-point lead for Hawaii, 54-24 with under 10 seconds left here in the third. Hopton gets it stripped and stolen away by Webb. Webb with 2 on the clock puts it up and lays it on in. That's how your third quarter will end as the Rainbow Wahine take full control in the third frame, 56-24 as we head to the final quarter of play. You're listening to HPU Sharks basketball on the Hawaii Sports Radio Network.
Here's the dream. Keep doing what you love. What drives you? What's your passion? Whether you're catching waves, climbing mountains, or playing with the grandkids, the choices you make now can help you keep living your life your way. At Hawai'i Pacific Health, we're here to help you live healthier with preventive care and a personalized approach. Learn more at hawaiipacifichealth.org/healthierlife. Here's Dr. Jamie Fukui with a health tip from Hawai'i Pacific Health.
When it comes to breast cancer, early detection could save your life. That's why it's recommended all women get a mammogram every year, starting at age 40, or younger if there's a history of breast cancer in your family. Schedule your mammogram today at one of our medical centers or clinics. Women who get a mammogram in October will receive a special gift while supplies last.
Online scheduling is easy at hawaiipacifichealth.org/mammogram.
DSE Hawaii, a proud supporter of OIA Sports on the Hawaii Sports Radio Network, is a locally owned and operated union electrical contracting company. Established in 1988, DSE Hawaii provides services to general contractors, building owners, property management companies, architects, and engineers. Their commitment to the electrical industry is focused on quality, efficiency, and most importantly, customer service and satisfaction. DSE Hawaii, providing quality work in the most efficient manner.
Back to more HPU basketball on the Hawaii Sports Radio Network and streaming live at hawaiisportsradio.com.
3/4 of the way there. UH leads HPU 56-24 from inside Banco Arena at Stan Sheriff Center. I'm Paul Brecht next to Kelsie Imai as both HPU and UH looking to work out the kinks before the regular season. Some good, some bad from both sides tonight, but either way, some growth for two young teams.
There's a lot of good film to watch back on and grow. I know that for sure.
And take us into kind of that experience. What is it like breaking down these exhibition films when it's as a team and you're trying to improve for a season? How serious is it understanding, yes, we're still in the early stages, but also we have a certain level of excellence that we expect of ourselves?
It's a lot. I mean, as an incoming freshman, you're going to have to learn to put on some thick skin because sometimes you don't hear the things that you want to hear from your coach, but that's all a part of growth with the game.
I can imagine that the coaching staff doesn't hold back very much as Anissa Torres drives and kicks over to a wide-open Maya Fry.
Her first career three.
Mia Fry knocking in the triple, as you mentioned, her first career three, the freshman from Iolani. And then she gets called for the two-hand touch foul on the other end. It's her first of this fourth quarter against HPU, but there it continues. Some pretty good process offensively for HPU at times. Drive, get a paint touch, kick it out to an open shooter, and find them in rhythm. And against teams who maybe don't have the same type of talent as UH, it certainly can be a successful strategy for a young Sharks team this year.
I agree, Paul.
Get a foul called against Kelsie Imai. Second against HPU in this fourth quarter, second in the first 37 seconds, and then losing on the inbound is wide open Daniela Kujovic. Back up to a 30-point lead, 31 points in fact now, the largest of the night for HPU. Ing almost tossed it away. Kyra Webb continuing to jump the passing lanes in this press for UH. Here's Anissa Torres. Torres kicks it into the corner for Lucia Ritchie. Ritchie back up top to Ing. Ing, escape dribble, finds Roberts. Roberts across the lane with 2 on the clock. Got to get it up. Falling away jumper around the rim and no good. Rebound taken by Kyra Webb, and then jump ball will be fought for. Possession arrow favors UH. Nice job by HPU fighting for it in the backcourt and not committing a foul. And now they'll get the possession arrow back on the next tie-up. Minute and a half into this fourth quarter, a 58-27 lead for Hawaii over HPU. Sarah, kick out for Kujovic. Left wing three, a little too strong, no good. Rebound taken by Ing. Crash in the middle, leaves a couple of bodies down on the ground. Now everybody back. Mia Fry, trailer three, thought about it, now steps back. Cross over to the left side. Here's Torres. Pulls back, sees a double team, finds an open Roberts. Baseline jumper, a little too strong, no good. Ball fought for, and there's Torres once again. Transfer from the College of the Sequoias. One of a couple of players from that program looking to make an impact for the Sharks this year. The other one right here as Lucia Ritchie gets turned back. A couple of Rainbow Wahine combined to deny her. And it remains a 31-point lead for Hawaii. Here's Kiara Curtis. Kicks up top to Fiamma Sarah. Sarah, nice feed down low to Kujovic, and Daniela Kujovic just a little too strong. Rolls around the rim and out. Now in transition comes HPU. Mia Fry puts up the three-point try, no good. Somehow the ball ends up in Ritchie's arms, and Lucia Ritchie hit on the way up. She'll head to the line for a pair. Nice effort from the forward for HPU, trying her best, continuing here in this fourth quarter.
Great offensive rebound. She did a really good job at going right back up with it and drawing the foul.
Got to be quick going up against the trees that UH puts out on the floor on any given possession. First free throw short, no good for Ritchie. Second free throw pending. Second free throw rolls around and good as Lucia Ritchie knocks it on in. Ritchie last season, a very nice piece at the College of the Sequoias. Played 60 games across 2 seasons there. Was teammates with Anissa Torres. As here's Kiara May Filemu picking up her dribble, kicking it back out to Ella Collins. With 15 on the shot clock, Collins will get a screen at the top of the key. Reset from Sarah, and the ball ripped and stolen away by Kalissa Ng. Nice job by the sophomore coming on up with it. Pass ahead pass to Mia Fry. Kick out. Here's Tiana Holland, knocked down the three. Another three-pointer for HPU. Their 8th of the night. Good ball movement in transition, leading to a good shot. And HPU's put up 31 points. They've already surpassed Chaminade's total with 6.5 still left to play. Back at you comes Rebecca Moores, though. A nice patient pivot move down on the block. Puts it up and puts it in. Makes it a 60-31 lead for UH once again. Fry gets it over the timeline. Will kick it into the corner. Here's Ng, baseline drive into a double team. Finds Holland. Back up top to Fry. Fry with 10 on the shot clock. Guarded by Fiamma Sarah. Here's Fry. Pull up from the free throw line. A little too strong, no good. Rebound taken by Kujovic. And here comes UH.
Probably the best thing that Mia Fry could have got out of that possession, so I don't think it was a bad shot.
Not a bad shot at all, as before the shot here we get a foul called. Goes against Kalissa Ng as she picks up her third personal. It's the third against the Sharks, and Ng will head to the bench. She's replaced by Maya Hatchett. Got Mia and Maya now out on the floor for HPU. Inbound goes to Ella Collins. Back up to the left elbow for Fiamma Sarah. Sarah a little too strong on the right-handed floater. Rebound taken by Alana Roberts, and here comes HPU. Just ticked under 6 minutes left to play here in regulation. 29-point lead for Hawaii. Hatchett on the left wing. Runs a pick and roll with Roberts, and Roberts falling away will get the foul call. A little bit of a light foul goes against Kiara May Filemu. Sends Alana Roberts to the line. Stops the clock with 5:33 left to play. Roberts, a 69% free throw shooter last season for the Sharks. Averaged 4 points and 5 rebounds off the bench, off the mark on the first free throw. And Roberts a little bit smaller than your typical big, but a strong athlete, somebody who will be important on the glass this season for HPU. Her second free throw too strong, no good, but knocked out of bounds last off Daniela Kujovic. It'll remain with HPU with a fresh 20 on the shot clock and baseline out of bounds. Back into the game comes Imani Perez for Hawaii. She replaces Fiamma Sarah. Sarah comes back to the bench to elated Laura Beeman, very excited to see one of her freshmen coming on back after a nice stint to begin this fourth quarter. What's kind of like playing for Coach Beeman? It seems at times she's got her serious side, of course, but she's also, it seems like a pretty fun coach to play for in general. And it seems that you guys had a pretty good connection, at least enough to win a decent amount while you were there. What's it like to play for Coach Beeman?
She knows the game really well. She has her moments, of course, like every coach does, but she's very positive and tries to keep us encouraged. And then along with that, she has a great coaching staff alongside.
As you mentioned, a lot of really great coaches on that bench alongside Laura Beeman as Maya Hatchett gets stripped on the way to the cup, goes off her leg out of bounds, and it's a turnover for HPU. Nice defense, quick hands from Hawaii. Here's T. Bond, a nice quick feed to a wide open Imani Perez down low, and Perez does the rest, puts it up and puts it in, and now HPU's been doubled up, 62-31. Now Hawaii leads the Sharks. Holland picks up her dribble in the back court, and we get a timeout called as HPU head coach Brent Gibson saw Holland in some trouble, tried to help her on out, so calls timeout. We'll step aside as well. With 5 minutes left to play, Hawaii leads HPU 62-31. You're listening to HPU Sharks Women's Basketball on the Hawaii Sports Radio Network.
Big news from Pearl at Kalawao. Dinner is now on the menu. Their newly renovated restaurant is open late every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday until 8:30 p.m. Enjoy delicious new entrees, grilled ribeye, barbecue ribs, shrimp scampi, and more, alongside returning favorites made with locally sourced ingredients. Perfect for a night out after golf, pauhana, or family dinner. Pearl at Kalawao, now open for dinner 3 nights a week.
DSE Hawaii, a proud supporter of OIA Sports on the Hawaii Sports Radio Network, is a locally owned and operated union electrical contracting company. Established in 1988, DSE Hawaii provides services to general contractors, building owners, property management companies, architects, and engineers. Their commitment to the electrical industry is focused on quality, efficiency, and most importantly, customer service and satisfaction. DSE Hawaii, providing quality work in the most efficient manner.
Coming down the final stretch here inside Banco Arena, Paul Brecht, Kelsie Imai bringing you all the action tonight between the Rainbow Wahine and the HPU Sharks. 62-31 your score. The Rainbow Wahine leading the Division II Sharks, as it's been a fun back and forth here tonight. Not necessarily what we saw a week ago between Chaminade and UH, where the Rainbow Wahine put up 90 points and held Chaminade to just 33, but overall a really, really nice showing from each side, things you can build off of and things you can definitely adjust before things, or before rubber hits road, I should say, on November 4th against Portland State.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely a much better game put on by HPU than what Chaminade had to offer. Good film coming out of this for sure.
And realistically, I have to imagine that's what you kind of want in terms of exhibitions, slowly gaining in terms of difficulty over and over again. As quickly getting into the front court, and we'll get a 10-second violation called against the Sharks, as only 2 seconds to get it into the front court, and they couldn't quite do it. It was right on the line. Instead, it's another turnover number 29 on the night for HPU. Here's Flevel on the left wing, guarded closely by Hatchett. Gets the screen from Neverson, drives the lane, gets it blocked away. Good help defense by HPU, and here come the Sharks in transition. Hatchett picks up her dribble, gives off to Hopton. Backdoor cut by Samuel, couldn't get it there. Back up top to Hatchett. With 20 on the shot clock, here's Roberts at the top of the key. Crossover to Samuel into the left corner. Here's Hopton. Hopton drives the lane, gets it blocked away. Sanaya Neverson once again right there. And ball on the ground. A couple of bodies hit the floor, and jump ball called. Possession arrow favors UH, as it was Maya Hatchett and Bailey Flevel getting tied up on the ground. Kirame Filemu getting ready to check back into the game for UH. Just over 4 minutes left to play here in the last exhibition before the preseason ends for the University of Hawaii, the first of 2 exhibitions for HPU, as Sanaya Neverson felt the double team coming over her backside and finds a cutting Imani Perez for the bucket.
That's good chemistry early on in the season.
Here's Mia Fry handling on the left wing, crosses over on Bond, now finds Hatchett up top. Hatchett, jab step, back to Fry in the left corner. Couple of dribbles, surveying, kicks it on out. Here's Samuel, shot fake, kicks back out to Fry. Fry to Hopton. Hopton with 4 on the shot clock, puts it up, off back iron, no good. Ball fought for. Fry trying to get it away from Perez. And a good job by Imani Perez to take care of it, be strong with the basketball there. Keep possession for the Rainbow Wahine as Rebecca Moores gets in on the fun. Knocks down the right corner triple. And it's a 36-point lead now for UH. Into the right corner goes HPU. Hopton, one dribble pull-up, a little too strong. Rebound taken by Imani Perez. And here comes UH once again. Bailey Flevel will pull it on out and slow it down. With under 3 minutes left to play, UH looking to run a little bit more of their sets. Here's Neverson on the right block, or on the right elbow, and away from the away from the ball, a foul is called. Imani Perez called for the offensive. Turnover goes against UH. We'll get some subs into the game.
I don't think Imani was too happy about that call.
No, something about her body language afterwards tell you that? Raina Forge steps into the games, subs in for HPU. Another one of these freshmen getting ready to make an impact for the Sharks this season. Nice job by HPU breaking the full court pressure by Hawaii. And they'll get into their offense with 20 on the shot clock. Samuel into the left corner, and Raina Forge was out of bounds when she caught it, so a turnover by HPU. They're up to 30 on the night. Combined 51 turnovers between these two teams. Can certainly imagine the coaches will have plenty to go over in those film studies about what not to do when it comes to future games. 2.5 left to play. Here's Flevel on the left wing. Gets the screen from Neverson. Slow rolls it, cross the lane, puts it up high off glass, got it to go, and the foul. Bailey Flevel with some beautiful patience in the pick and roll. And she'll head to the line with a chance to break 70 now for Hawaii.
She's such a young player, but has such high IQ, good body control, and just a lot of potential for this young lady. I'm excited to see how she grows throughout the years.
You mentioned it before. Some of these freshmen just look wise beyond their years, as a violation called Imani Perez in a little too early on the free throw. Was a miss anyway, so it didn't really matter. Kyra Webb checks in to replace Flevel. But like you said, Flevel, just somebody who plays beyond her years, the patience, the speed. She plays at her own pace already, which is very impressive for a freshman at the Division I level especially.
I think a lot of it comes from her experience from playing in the FIBA, playing in a professional league against all of these older people that have already played Division I basketball.
Yeah, not her first time going against some higher level competition, and certainly has gotten her a little bit more ready for what she's going to be able to expect this year, as Imani Perez drills a right corner three. Another three-pointer for UH, and now an offensive foul called on HPU. Looked like Lucia Ritchie and Imani Perez got tangled up at half court.
What a find by Kirame Filemu to get that to Imani Perez. Drove across and saw that she was wide open in the corner.
That's something else about this UH team this year, where the guards a little bit bigger as well. You'd expect them to attack the lane plenty, but the passing skills of not just Filemu, but many of these players, it takes you off guard at times, as Tiana Bond drives all the way to the cup and gets it to go with the right hand on the left side. Nice job by the freshman there, taking advantage of a sleeping HPU defense. Ball tipped away, but gotten back by HPU. Nice backdoor cut by Serenity Santos, and a beautiful find by Mia Fry. Nice ball movement around the arc, finds an open Jalen Samuel for three, a little too short. Ball fought for, and Abby Hadsel comes up with it. Foul going to be called as They got Kyra Webb on the foul. It'll be baseline out of bounds for HPU. 20 on the shot clock, 1:14 remaining here in regulation. Imani Perez comes on out to a nice ovation from the crowd here tonight. Mia Fry gets it on the inbound, kicks it into the corner for Serenity Santos. Santos to Richie. Richie up top to Samuel, into the left corner for Abby Hadsel. And Hadsel, tell me if you heard this before, was out of bounds when she caught it. Another turnover by HPU with 1:03 left to play. Just a couple of possessions left for each side. Try and end tonight with a positive note. Bond finds a backdoor cutting. Sarah, and Sarah goes a little too strong off glass. Rebound taken by Hadsel, and here comes HPU. Fry in and out dribble. Now finds Hadsel on the right side. Hadsel and Fry playing catch. Pick and roll between the two, and a blocking foul will be called. They get Kiara May Falemu, and that's the 5th against Hawaii. It'll send Mia Fry to the line with 40.8 left to play. Give her 2 shots. It's her first trip to the line here tonight. Fry, the freshman, with 5 points. 2 of 7 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3. Misses the first one short.
She did a really good job at taking advantage of that contact and drawing the foul.
I think you can see a lot of positives from a young HPU team to build off of against a very, very good UH squad. Second free throw up and good by Fry. Makes it a 74-32 now, UH leading. And Fiamma Sarah, a little too strong, put it behind a cutting Daniela Kujovic. Good idea, good process, just poor execution.
That's one thing about Danny. She's going to do all of the back cuts, and I'm just happy to see that girl back out on the court.
As you mentioned, Daniela Kujovic, the redshirt freshman with the team last year, but unfortunately had to end up redshirting due to an injury. So nice to have her back out there. It was impressive in some short reps as she comes up with a block right there, denying Lucia Ritchie from the right corner. It remains with the Sharks with 11.1 to play, but she's certainly somebody that a lot of fans can get excited to see.
She's a very sneaky defender. You don't realize how lengthy she is until she comes and blocks your shot.
Mia Fry with a dribble pull-up from the free throw line. Fry with a nice finish to this one as the freshman getting her first taste of college action. And that'll just about do it here from the Stan Sheriff Center as Hawaii takes down HPU 74-34. The final from Banco Arena. Don't go anywhere. We still got the post-game show to wrap it on up. Paul Brecht, Kelsie Imai bring you all what we just saw. HPU, a fun one between the Sharks and the Rainbow Wahine goes the way of Hawaii, 74-34. You're listening to HPU Sharks Women's Basketball on the Hawaii Sports Radio Network.
Dial Electric Supply is Hawaii's premier lighting distributor and supplier, serving commercial and retail customers alike. Located at 2240 Kalu'opolena Street, Dial Electric's expanded retail showroom features one of the largest selections of lighting fixtures, fans, and smart home lighting solutions. Schedule an appointment with one of their design experts to create a home lighting design that you will enjoy for many years to come. Visit dialelectricsupply.com or give them a call at 808-845-7811.
Who doesn't love a good pizza? Visit Slice of Waikiki, your favorite Pizza by the Slice shop. For over 13 years, they've been serving up huge, freshly made slices and delicious appetizers for locals and visitors alike. Drop by their new location at 333 Seaside Avenue to instantly satisfy your pizza cravings by the slice or build your own whole pie masterpiece. Visit sliceofwaikiki.com for pickup, delivery, and catering options. Slice of Waikiki, freshly made pizza with aloha.
Here's the dream. Keep doing what you love. What drives you? What's your passion? Whether you're catching waves, climbing mountains, or playing with the grandkids, the choices you make now can help you keep living your life your way. At Hawaii Pacific Health, we're here to help you live healthier with preventive care and a personalized approach. Learn more at hawaiipacifichealth.org/healthierlife. Here's Dr. Jamie Fukui with a health tip from Hawaii Pacific Health.
When it comes to breast cancer, early detection could save your life. That's why it's recommended all women get a mammogram every year, starting at age 40, or younger if there's a history of breast cancer in your family. Schedule your mammogram today at one of our medical centers or clinics. Women who get a mammogram in October will receive a special gift while supplies last.
Online scheduling is easy at hawaiipacifichealth.org/mammogram.
DSE Hawaii, a proud supporter of OIA Sports on the Hawaii Sports Radio Network, is a locally owned and operated union electrical contracting company. Established in 1988, DSE Hawaii provides services to general contractors, building owners, property management companies, architects, and engineers. Their commitment to the electrical industry is focused on quality, efficiency, and most importantly, customer service and satisfaction. DSE Hawaii, providing quality work in the most efficient manner.
Since 1976, locals have loved this place. And now the newly renovated Pearl at Kalawao is ready for your next round. Play their championship 18-hole course or sharpen your short game on the brand new Namomi Ekolu 3-hole pitch and putt. Open daily for residents, visitors, juniors, and groups. No membership required. With Kama'aina rates, rental clubs, and a full driving range, Pearl at Kalawao is golf reimagined. Pearl at Kalawao, where Hawaii comes to play.
Back to more HPU Sharks basketball, presented by Hawaii Pacific Health on the Hawaii Sports Radio Network, 95.1 FM and AM 760.
All PAL from inside Banco Arena at Stan Sheriff Center, where the Rainbow Wahine take down the HPU Sharks 74-34. Paul Brecht, Kelsie Imai on hand as the alma mater plays to close things out here inside the Stan. And a fun back and forth exhibition between these two programs. Obviously, one team that was a bit overmatched. We knew that coming on in, whether it was going to be the size, the skill, whatever. It was still a solid showing for HPU. They're led by Kyla Hopton, the freshman guard, who scores 11 points on 4 of 10 shooting, knocking down 3 triples. Also had 7 turnovers throughout the night. That was kind of a theme for both teams, though. A combined 55 giveaways between the two programs. Over on the other side, 3 players finishing in double figures for the Rainbow Wahine, as Imani Perez goes for a game-high 14 points and 7 rebounds. Sanaya Neverson with 13 and 6. And Bailey Flevel with 12 points, 6 boards, and 3 assists. A fun one tonight to kind of close out preseason play for UH at the very least, as they now turn their sights to Portland State.
Right. It's going to be a lot of good film. This is growing pains right now. This is what exhibition games are for. They're here for you to get film, learn from your mistakes, and build on it.
And they will certainly have the ability to do that. Still just about a week until they'll actually kick things off in the regular season against Portland State. And on the other side for HPU, this was a great learning experience and a great growing experience for a team who is going to expect a lot of young players to contribute for them this season, for a team who is going to compete in the Pac West, and a team who, rebuilding once again, Brent Gibson, the 5th head coach, leading the program since 2020, trying to find some sort of stability there, and it looks at the very least like they've got a pretty solid foundation to build off of, at least from what we saw here tonight.
I think they had a pretty good showing. They had, Kyla Hopton with her 3-pointers, which helped them a lot. But like I said, on the other side of it, it's a lot of growing pains, but definitely a good experience. And, I think HP is going to be okay in the Pac West.
And realistically speaking, with a lot of young players, I think they would be okay with being okay this year as they continue to build on this foundation. Wrapping things up here in the post-game show, brought to you by Hawaii Pacific Health, HPU Athletics on HSRN, of course, presented by Hawaii Pacific Health. Hawaii Pacific Health, proud to be the official healthcare partner of Hawaii Pacific University Athletics. Together, we are creating a healthier Hawaii. In case you missed any of tonight's action as well, or you want to relive the moments, all of our HPU broadcasts are available on demand at hawaiisportsradio.com or wherever you get most podcasts. Last word tonight from you, my friend Kelsie Imai. Your first time on the call, and I don't think anybody would have known, and if we hadn't told them beforehand. A real solid job from you. How you feeling after being all POW with your first official radio broadcast?
You know, it's kind of like everything that you do in life. You get your first game jitters. Definitely had my first game jitters, but I think I did okay. Always a little bit room for improvement, but thank you for having me. Great experience.
Thank you for joining us. Hopefully we can get you on a few more times this season. A lot of fun to have you, a lot of great insight as well, and a lot more basketball to come this year for both of these squads, but that'll wrap things up for us here tonight as Hawaii takes down HPU 74-34. A great showing by both sides as they get ready for the 2025-2026 regular season. Want to send our mahalos out to our Ku'ule Agbayani in studio, keeping us on air and on time, making sure we sound good and making sure we come to you beautiful people perfectly sound. Want to give a mahalo to the HPU and UH athletics staffs as they make our job way, way easier. Michael Lascaro on site taking some awesome photos, videos, and much more. My partner, Kelsie Imai, thank you so much, my friend. And for our whole hard-working crew, I'm Paul Brecht. Thanks so much for listening. We'll talk to you soon. Next time from the Shark Tank. Thanks for listening. Aloha.
You've been listening to a special presentation of Hawaii Pacific University Athletics, presented by Hawaii Pacific Health on the Hawaii Sports Radio Network, 95.1 FM, AM 760, and hawaiisportsradio.com. Brought to you by Dial Electric Supply, DSE Hawaii, Pearl at Kalawao, and Slice of Waikiki. We now return you to regularly scheduled programming on the Hawaii